Welcome into the Honeypot Pod with your hosts, Brian, Blake, and Theo.
Welcome in, everyone. Boys, it's been a minute since I've seen your faces. Long time no see. Welcome in, Blake. Welcome in, Theo. And we got a special guest joining us today. Owner of the Cheese Blocks, Mr. Ryan Friedrich. How you doing today, sir?
Great. Thank you for having me today, gentlemen. I'm sure it'll be a blast joining you.
It will be. It will be. Theo, you got any words of encouragement for the Honeypot?
Well, not words of encouragement. Gentlemen, I'm sorry I have to do this, but I'm going to bring up something that's a very touchy subject, especially getting close to election season. I'm going to bring up some politics here. In 2006, Pluto was no longer given planet status, and I think it is shameful. The IAC decided to revoke Pluto's status as a planet, and I think it's wrong. I don't remember us deciding and voting on this. Do you, Blake? Do you remember voting on whether Pluto should be a planet or not?
No, I don't. I remember reading it in the Weekly Reader, though, at Alexander Monroe Elementary School.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. We didn't vote on this, and the IAC, some bureaucrats from the international community, decided that we should disavow Pluto as a planet. I think it's ridiculous. You know, the Romans and the Greeks back in the day, and the Mayans, and all these ancient civilizations decided Pluto should be a planet. Who are we to say that they were stupid and we're more right? I think it's wrong, and I think that we should have a revote on whether Pluto should be a planet or not this election. We shouldn't wait till next election season. This election season, it should be on the ballot, and that's all I have to say.
That should be a debate topic.
Yeah, what does the IAC stand for?
I looked it up beforehand. It's the I don't even know if it's the IAC. It's the International Astronomical Committee or something. Council, something like that.
Makes sense.
Theo, what did they say about Uranus?
It's a planet.
Yeah.
You know, Uranus is allowed to be a planet, but not Pluto. What the hell are we doing? I don't know. This whole idea of
I think
being
Pluto
too...
wins in a landslide.
I think it does too. I mean,
yeah.
What dick is going to vote for Pluto not to be a planet? Like, come on. Anyways. They calling it a dwarf planet. I mean, that's just ridiculous. If it's a dwarf planet... No, I'm not going to go there. Okay.
You got your point across.
I got my point across.
Oh, gosh.
Well, boys, try to come after that. Try to say something after this thrilling opener.
Wow.
I got nothing.
I got nothing. I mean, I think we were in third grade or something when they decided that. So yeah, let's bring it on the ballot.
We should bring it back.
Yeah. All right, boys. Do we want to recap weeks 4 and 5 since we have been so lackluster in producing this podcast? Let's go.
I'd like to formally apologize for last week. Scheduling conflicts. That's on me. First week, I don't know who it was, but yeah, we've been in hiatus the last couple weeks.
Yes, but you know we're going to be back better than ever. So let me go ahead.
Yeah. Went to go see that new Joker movie, and it was just complete trash. Not worth going to.
Do you think it was a money grab or?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I had a feeling that's what it was going to be.
The first one was so good. The second one just really it was like a musical type deal.
Yeah. Did they still
I was
keep
surprised to see the reception was so bad.
It was
good?
terrible.
Better than the first one.
Yeah.
Did they still keep the unreliable narrator theme?
Yes.
They did.
To an extent, yeah.
Okay.
All right, we got week 4. Pull it up here. We can start off with my game against Christian. You know, I thought changing my profile picture to Christian working at Gilman Pharmacy, I thought that would really work in favor of my team that week, but apparently it didn't. And I got shafted. Whoops, that's my team. I want the score. There we go.
Did you get the news that Rashid's done for the year?
You know, this was the game that cost me Rashee Rice, and
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't notice it in the moment. I was more worried about trying to get the ball. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you're just trying to make a play, and it happens whenever you're trying to make tackles.
When you saw the replay.
Come here, give me a kiss. Come here. Hey, fuck you, man!
good for Christian though. Good for him. Soup, his only win of the year so far. So, and then we got Bikram in Gritty Bang Bang versus Brees Lightning and Eli. Let's see what we got here. I mean, congrats to Eli putting on another good showing here, and Bikram gave us the shotgun of the week.
That may be the lowest of the whole season, 66.
66.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's
What
tough
made
all
it so bad there?
What made it so bad?
Yeah.
His flex putting up 4, his tight end 4. His 2 starting running backs had 6, and his defense and kicker had 1 and 2.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. And then we had the Battle of New Jersey. Mr. Friedrich, would you like to talk about your matchup with Klein here?
I don't have too much to say. It was a decent showing by both of us. I think going into Monday Night Football, it was just Alvin. Is it Alvin Kamara he has? I can't remember who was even playing back then. But I think he just had Alvin Kamara going up against me and got just enough points to beat me by 1. Who would it have been? He had somebody in the Monday night game. I remember 2 weeks back, but he edged me out either Sunday or Monday night in prime time. So, expected to lose this one by the late frame of games. So, I'll take it. Had a lot of close losses this year. I'm sitting at 1 win, but lost 3 or 4 of them by less than 10 points. This one by 1.
Aww.
And all 3 or 4 of them that have been close have been decided in the primetime night games. So it's really been a rough experience watching the primetime Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football for me as far as my fantasy team goes so far.
Tough.
Happened again with Chris Olave yesterday, so I'm sure we'll talk about that soon enough. But
Yeah. Blake, what'd you have to say about your week 4 loss? No, you had a week 4 win. What am I talking about?
Easy, bud. I was thrilled just to get one under my belt. It's like playing basketball. You just get one shot in, then you can get a little bit of a rhythm. That's how this fantasy football season is, or at least I hope how it goes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you put up a
trade
very
is-
nice showing, even with Josh Allen putting up 7 points. Well done.
Yeah, my trade's starting to look a little bit better with getting rid of McCaffrey.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's came around this week.
Yeah, we can at least fill our roster. That's the main thing.
Theo, do you have any words to say?
Ooh, that's a tough loss. I didn't stand a chance, and this is against my supposed rival, although, I mean, if I'm losing by 50 points, I don't even know if that's a rivalry. So, got to do better. I mean, can't lose by 50 points to Harris. That's pretty bad. So,
Did
gotta do better.
Did Mr. Harris have anything to say after this loss?
He just said, "Imagine losing to me." That's what he said. So, and it was tough. It was a tough look. I mean, 140 points. There was no way my team, the way it's currently constructed, will ever score 140 points this season. So he was always going to win that if he scored 140.
Yeah, how much money did you spend on Carson Steele, by the way?
Like $20. That was after he fumbled that second time. He's not going to see the field again. I'm just waiting for Pacheco to come back. I should have played. We'll go do it next week, but I should have played Madison this week instead of picking up Justice Hill from waivers. But
Well, Theo, we'll just keep you on the chopping block here.
all right.
Give us a week 5. How are you feeling after week 5 here?
Yeah, this was a tough one. This was especially tough because I was an idiot and thought I still had a chance. So I stayed up till Sunday night And, I was at midnight or 1, and I hate the Steelers, and I really didn't like – who were they even playing? I forget.
Cowboys.
The Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys either, but I stayed up because, like an idiot, I thought I could still win this because Najee Harris, I've had him before in fantasy. He stinks, and I thought that maybe he can get less than 7 points. He ended up getting like 8 or 9, and I ended up being up to like 12 or 1 o'clock at night for a game I didn't care about because I was hoping that Najee Harris fumbled the ball. So it was a complete waste of time.
In what world did these games go until 1 a.m.?
They were like the rain delay for like.
Yeah, there was lightning.
It was a rain delay. The game started at like 10
game,
o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was late.
And I was an idiot, and I thought I had a chance, and I didn't have a chance. He did just enough to, make it close. So.
How about Eli with this just triple stack of Colts? We got Trey Sermon, Michael Pittman, and the Colts defense. This is borderline homer status over here.
I don't know. With Joey Flacco slinging the ball, he's gonna get out some points here and there.
Trey Sermon was a 1-week stream by him while JT was out. That's not a bad play.
Was a good play. Well, is Joe Flacco the answer there in Indianapolis?
100%.
I mean, Joe Flacco's better than AR for now, but they got to go back to AR as soon as he's healthy because Joe Flacco's not the future. You can maybe give him a good this season and maybe next season, but I mean, his shelf life's a season or two. I mean, you got to roll the dice on AR because even if Joe Flacco's playing great, the Colts are not a Super Bowl team, so there's no reason to chase some mediocre season with Joe Flacco when you have the opportunity to get Anthony Richardson firing.
Yeah, I was at the Steelers game actually at Lucas Oil, and from my seat I could see Anthony Richardson go on his little run, 15 yards. Then I was like, slide, or he lowers his shoulder, just gets absolutely plummeted into the ground. So that was defeating. But then after that, when Joe came in, the whole playbook opens up because he can hit every single throw, whereas Richardson just goes check down or chucks it 70 yards downfield. Any intermediate throw, he throws it 10 yards over their head, it seems like. So, I don't know. Flacco, I feel like, is the answer now, but I'm kind of with Ryan on his long-term, I guess, goal there.
We'll stick with a stream of 1-4 teams. Mr. Cheese Block, another tough loss. Week 5. Are you thinking about blowing up the team here?
Whoa.
No, I mean, what are you going to do?
It's tough.
I could blame the fact I missed the draft on this team. I could blame a lot of things. But, I mean, my points scored show I'm a middle-of-the-pack team. It's probably my worst week. It's definitely my worst week of the season with 89 here. But in my last 2 players to play were George Pickens and Olave, and they combined for maybe 5 points. I can't see on there. I thought I was going to win the game. I didn't think I was going to end up last place for the week going into Sunday night, and then just nothing else came. Just no one else scored me any points. So it's an unfortunate finish. I mean, Malik Neighbors was hurt. Probably would have won with Malik Neighbors healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? I just remember it was Demo that beat me for Klein 2 weeks ago. It wasn't Alvin Kamara.
I was fully expecting going into Sunday Night Football. I was already planning out how I was going to do my chug this week, and I woke up in the morning and it wasn't me.
What did you finish at? How far behind was I?
I finished 89.3, and you had 87.6. So very close.
Probably just about any other
Less
game
than
of
2
Olave's career would have kept me out of the shit bowl, but what are you going to do? Sometimes you just got to get 1 reception for 4 yards and call it a day.
That's all you got to do. Speaking of not in the shit bowl currently, oogly googly schmoogly.
Whoa.
2-game win streak, baby.
2-game win streak.
Oogly googly is out of the cellar. Yeah, I think Theo and Ryan are in the 5K contention right now.
Yeah,
maybe Christian's also 1-4.
It's wide open.
Yeah, there's still a lot of football left, but I'm I need to get like a couple more games until I feel comfortable not running the 5K.
I'm running the half marathon if I lose. I'm not worried about it. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, ready in the suit and tie and the shoes.
You heard it here
No, I'm not a
first.
suit and tie.
You heard it here
Half
first. You heard
marathon's
it
the
here.
beer chug. That's what I'm doing if I lose. I'm not getting my suit sweaty. I'll just go an extra 10 miles.
Sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Blake, elite play, playing Darnell Mooney right there. Great job.
Thank you.
My matchup with Bikram, very disappointing all the way around with my team. I picked up Dontavian Wicks. All the fantasy gurus out there told me this is going to be a smart play, and, well, Dontavian whiffs, actually. This guy shit the bed this week. So, and Devon A-Chain, second week in a row, I had a player get injured in the first quarter of a game, and, 2 points out of him. That was a fun showing. Hats off to Bikram. Quite a recovery after having the chug last week. So,
Yeah, that's crazy. He pretty much, I think he exactly doubled his points pretty much.
Yeah. And now my 3-game losing streak, I'm feeling great, guys. I love fantasy football.
Yeah, this time on the last podcast, you were talking about how it was your league, like you and Klein battling it out, and then just
That's
Klein's
that's
world
how it
now. Has
Yeah,
Klein
that's
lost?
And
Klein's
when you start
Klein's
saying some shit
5-0.
like that, you're
Klein-
going to lose, Brian.
Yeah.
Klein hasn't lost.
Klein hasn't lost. Klein's 5-0.
Wow.
He's feeling himself. 36.3 points this week by Jamar Chase, putting chicken tendonitis to bed.
That's a good name.
So, yeah. Well, boys, how's everyone feeling after going into week 6 here? Feeling good? Feeling bad?
I'm feeling very nervous that I'm going to have to run this 5K. I came to realize that my entire team was too reliant on Pacheco and Kirko Chains. And, Kirko Chains had a good showing on Thursday night. But if he doesn't have a good showing, I have a lot of Atlanta Falcons. And, I'm not too confident in my team going forward. But we may have to make some trades happen. With that being said, the one bright star on my team is Jaden Daniels. He is by far my best player, and I have CJ Stroud just chilling on my bench. So if anybody wants to take either one, make a compelling trade offer, and I will gladly deal for a running back because I need running back help as soon as possible.
You heard it here first on the pod.
Yeah.
Theo is putting CJ Stroud on the chopping block.
Or Jaden Daniels if the deal's
Or
right.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I'm just worried about getting out of the 5K. I'm not going to win the league. I'm just worried about, not running the 5K. So I'm willing to deal Daniels for the right price.
Willing to deal.
I actually started training for the 5K 2 weeks ago, just because I was that down on my team. But I think that's the way to break it, Theo. Is if you start training, then your team will turn around.
Yeah, maybe.
You're training to run 3 miles.
Dude, you don't understand.
Speak for yourself,
hate
Ryan.
I hate running. Yeah.
Hey, nobody said you had to go fast.
That's true.
That's also true.
You think you're going to put in a reasonable effort. You got to actually run. Or at least try your best.
I think you can walk it.
I guess
as long as you.
As far as my team goes, kind of giving up hope a little bit. I don't think I'll end up in last place. I think my team's better than that. We've scored better than that so far. Just lost a lot of close ones and given up a lot of points. But, the Malik Neighbors injury hurt last week, but auto-drafting my first 6 rounds was that flight. Just did not work out. Auto-draft got Bijan for me round 1, and that's gone poorly. Kyron in round 2 was a good pick, but I just don't have a good wide receiver core. I've got Stephon Diggs, Olave, Pickens, and Malik Neighbors. That's like 1 out of 4 of them is good. My wide receiver depth is just not there. Those are 3 decent guys behind Neighbors, but they're just gonna have a lot of down weeks, and I'm really like high risk for these bad weeks like I had this week and ending up in last place. I just think, Pickens, Olave, and Diggs will hit some weeks, but their guys are going to have a lot of bad weeks, and that's going to hurt me down the road.
Neighbors is very nice,
and
though.
Bijan's not going to turn it around. Bijan's just going to keep being
You don't think so?
a round 3 value running back. He's not getting bell cow carries. Like, he's not, like Saquon and Derrick Henry are probably getting, I don't know the numbers, but they'll be getting twice as many carries as Bijan. Bijan's averaging good yards per carry, but he's getting 12 carries a game and only maybe 1 touchdown in the year. It's just not coming together how you would have hoped with Kirk coming in there.
They've been in a lot of close games, though, so hopefully once the season gets rolling a little bit and they get more, efficient, they'll start playing with some leads, and maybe they'll give him the ball a little bit more. Hopefully.
Yeah, I know I've seen him get stuffed at the 1 at least once this season. So he more touchdowns will come. 1 touchdown through 5 weeks won't be his standard, but I have almost no hope that he actually equates to his first round pick value.
Does that mean Bijan is on the trading block?
Sure, but I have no running backs on my bench. The only thing that can really pull my team out of the gutter is let's say Nico Collins gets injured, maybe Diggs starts getting a lot of targets. If Jonathan Brooks, I've got Jonathan Brooks in this league, right? Pretty sure I do. He could be a spark, maybe, but there's not that much upside I'm hoping to come around here.
Yeah, fair. Well, I think that'll take us to our first commercial break with our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors, whoever they may be this week.
Thank you to our friends this week at Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes has been a terrific sponsor for us. Dude Wipes is by far the best way to wipe your ass. And with the holiday season coming up, they have a new flavor for your butthole. It's called Dumpkin Spice. You should really try it out. Feels great. Feels like you're, bideting your asshole. So, give them a try.
Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
Welcome back in. Thank you to our sponsors. It's a delight to have them all. Theo, well done on your advertisements. Thank you for bringing in all your sponsors that you do. Do you enjoy using Dumpkin Spice?
I'm going to be honest.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Yeah, show that ass, Granny. Oh, that's exactly what we wanted.
Theo, you like dogs, don't you?
I love dogs.
All right. Well, what's your favorite kind of dog? Just give me just a good kind of dog, just a breed. What do you like?
Probably an Australian Shepherd.
All right. So let's say you're going to a breeder of the pound or whatever to get your first Australian Shepherd for yourself to have as your dog.
Mm-hmm.
And you show up at the breeder and they've got 2 Australian Shepherds for you. And they're brothers. They look identical. But the breeder's like, okay, so here's the deal here. We've got 2 Australian Shepherds for you. They're basically identical, but Here's the difference. This Australian Shepherd is a normal dog, and the other one is a pirate dog. So when it would bark, it just goes arg instead of barking. Which dog do you take, Theo? The pirate dog or the regular dog?
Pirate dog. Hands down. Hands down. And I'll tell you what
the smart man.
Yeah. I'm going to name the dog Psst, and I'm going to get a cat named Ruff. That's what I'm going to name my dog and cat.
That way they talk to one another.
Yeah, they can talk to one another. They go, hey, Psst, and they go, woof. Or no, they get an Arg, so I have to name the other one Arg now.
Wow.
Big brain.
Big brain move.
Yeah.
Brian and Blake, are you guys taking the pirate dog?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Wait, can he? Do they
choice.
sit on my shoulder too, like a parrot?
They have a lot of unique pirate abilities. They're excellent swimmers, and they actually have a special, or your pirate dog, would have a special howl where it can go to the shore and do a special pirate arg, and it'll summon real pirates to come, and you can join them. So it's a special dog. It's got lots of abilities.
Why on earth would you choose a regular dog or this badass? Like, you're obviously going to choose this badass pirate dog.
Maybe you're scared of its potential.
No, I want to raid enemy.
Below which dog you would choose.
Pirate dog.
Good answers all around.
And when you're down there leaving your comment, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the button so we can continue this great work that we do.
Ryan, point down.
That's the one piece of content that I came prepared to this podcast with.
I don't know.
We'll hit it at the end here. All right, Ryan. Thanks for asking us some questions.
I have a question.
We also have some questions for you.
Yeah.
All right.
So the first one gathered from around the league here is, Ryan, if you were a raccoon, or if you were to be a raccoon or a ShopRite shopping cart, which would you be and why?
I would be a raccoon. Being a ShopRite shopping cart would be actual hell. You know what it's like to be in a ShopRite? It's miserable. Have you ever gone grocery shopping in New Jersey? You might as well kill yourself. I mean, there's probably more people in that grocery store than there are items of food. I mean, being a shopping cart and having to stay in that grocery store for your entire existence would be one of the worst things ever. I'd be the raccoon every day of the week.
Well said.
Well
yeah.
said.
There's in line at ShopRite. It's like a 35-person line. All right, sorry, go ahead.
I said there's some passionate hate for ShopRite right there. Well, I guess one else right on the spot. The next one comes in from a dedicated listener. Who would win in a fight, Blake or Klein, and why?
I know we talked about this at the wedding, and I don't even remember who I originally backed, to be honest. And I think at Christian's wedding, I was starting to say that I would take Klein. So I think he has a bigger frame than he used to, and I think he would. He's got some more weight on him, and that could be useful. But Blake said he benches 205 now, which is a big improvement from during school. So I think because of that, I'm going to go with Blake, because I think Blake's been hitting the gym.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
At the wedding, before Blake told me he had bench 205, I was going to go with Klein. But it seems like Blake's hitting the fitness journey harder right now, so I'll go with him.
Blake, have you been hitting the gym? 205 bench press? Has it improved since the wedding?
We have not improved, no. 205 is still the max. I think I did... I don't know. I threw some weight on the deadlift. I'm doing like around 300 pounds, which is not like great. At the same time, it's, good for me. So,
well,
little skinny boy over here.
If Blake's benching 205 right now, at this moment, what do we think Klein could rack up on the bench? Drop in a comment.
I have no idea.
Has Klein been working out?
I don't know what his capabilities were at their best. You would probably know better than anybody, Theo.
I worked out with him like 2 years ago, so he was probably around 205. I don't even remember. He was probably 180 to like 205, so somewhere in that range.
I think it could be a good matchup. I think it's a tough call.
I think it is too.
This all stems
Before
from
Blake told me he'd been hitting the gym for 6 months. I think I picked Klein at the wedding, but then he talked me out of it.
The real question is do they have like 6 weeks to train, or is it just like right now?
We'll give him 6 weeks to train.
Yeah, that's a tougher question.
How did this get brought up at the wedding? That's what I'm curious about.
How did it not
It
get
was an
brought up at
old
the wedding?
argument. You guys used to beef about this, didn't you, like a year or two ago?
That was during the song album. I like used that as a lyric, and he got very upset about it.
It wouldn't surprise if he beat you in a fight, to be honest. I don't know. It's a tough call.
Out of the whole Honeypot, who would get their teeth smashed in out of everybody? Like, who's 10th out of 10 in a fight?
Logan Harris.
Okay, that settles it.
Who did you think we were going to say?
I think that's it.
I was just curious to see if we're all on the same page or not.
Yeah.
Who would you put first, Blake? Theo?
I'm gonna put Theo first. Yeah.
What? I don't know how to fight.
I've seen Theo mad before. Drew chucked an orange at him, and I've never seen Theo move like that in my life. Like he hit Theo square in the head with an orange, and it exploded. And Theo just sprinted dead at him, and I was terrified. And he wasn't even running after me; he was running after someone else. And I was like, "I'm getting out of that guy's way."
I remember that.
Yeah,
that was such a good shot. That was such a good shot. That was from like 20 yards away.
Throw, but yeah,
it hit me square on the head, and I was pissed for like 2 or 3 seconds. And I'm like, once I was like 2 or 3 seconds into my sprint, I'm like, wait, it's just a fucking orange. Who cares?
Well, you have a very short stamina, so like that sprint you were moving,
that is true.
Like, it went downhill quick.
Yeah, no, I say if it's like if stamina gets involved, I'm out of shape. I'm gonna lose.
Yeah. Like
honestly, this might be a dark horse, but I feel like Bikram has no natural aggressiveness. I could see him kind of being low on the list.
So
I disagree.
I just have never seen that angry energy from him in any way.
See, the thing that I've never seen him angry scares me more.
So put Bikram and Logan Harris in a ring. What happens?
Oh, I think Bikram wins.
Yeah, Logan would just complain the whole time, and Bikram would take it down.
All right, we got our next question here.
Oh, got another one.
Another dedicated listener wants to know, Ryan, what was going through your head during the caveman for your chug, and after it didn't pop the first time, what was going through your head?
Wait, wasn't a beer can going through his head? I'm confused by the question. Yeah, what are we doing here?
I just didn't want to give myself a concussion. Honestly, the only it's not that hard to do. You just don't want to. You have to be careful not to hit yourself in the head with a part of the can that's hard. Obviously, so you kind of just gotta make sure you hold it so the air bubble area, or at least the part that's not packed with liquid, is gonna be the spot directly impacting you. But yeah, really, I was just like, let's hit my head with this can as hard as I can without feeling like I'm at risk of concussing myself.
I think you should provide us a step-by-step walkthrough of how to caveman.
Maybe I'll try another one this week since I lost. But I need to get beer. I don't have any beer right now. I'll be doing that in the next 2 days.
Okay. Do you think you can top your caveman from last year?
Yeah, I can definitely hit a cleaner one. And I think, I don't know. I feel like if I got one of those like Michelob shaped cans, it would be cheating, but I think those would be way easier to caveman too. But even with a regular can, I think we'll top it.
Blake, yeah.
How do we achieve peace in the Middle East?
Oh, shit! That's a tough one to follow, Theo, but I've got a hypothetical for Ryan. So let's say you're at the zoo, all right? And you're there with your parents, your family, and then let's say you have an uncle named Jack, and you're at the elephant exhibit. And let's say your uncle is wild and decides to hop on top, like ride the elephant. Would you help your uncle Jack off the elephant?
Sure.
I have another question.
Yeah, I'll help him jack off the elephant. Or I'll help Jack off the elephant.
There you go.
Yeah.
My question is, what's the meaning of life?
To follow your dreams, Theo.
Thank you. What a beautiful
The meaning
answer.
of life is winning fantasy football leagues. Everything else is pretty useless.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I can support that.
Those are all the tough questions I had.
I have a question for Brian now. How are you going to edit this?
Yeah, this is gonna take some time. You could just include everything, actually.
This will be fun. Well, does anyone else have some questions to wrap up for Ryan?
I don't think so.
How's life going, bud? What are you up to nowadays?
Things are going well. I mean, what am I up to? I don't know.
You probably should have asked this in the beginning of the episode.
You probably should have. Oh, give everyone a rundown. Where are you? Where do you work now? How's it going?
I live in Weehawken, New Jersey, right outside of New York City. I work for a company called Daiichi Sankyo, doing strategic planning. Really exhilarating stuff. I'm sure everybody loved that. But all things are going well. I've been going to a lot of concerts recently. Been in a kickball league. Been kicking a lot of balls around. Klein's on my team. What else are we doing? I don't know. We're just chilling.
Who's a better ball kicker, you or Klein?
I don't know who's a better kicker. I think we both get on base a lot. I think he has more power. I think I've just kind of kicked singles every time. I just kick a line drive down the third baseline over the shortstop's head and just get a single. I think Klein's actually better at kicking the ball. I just kind of kick it smart and get on. So I think Klein has more power. She'll be a better kicker. But we both play outfield, and I definitely have better vision of tracking the ball. But I played outfield in baseball. He's had some lights in his eyes too, but I don't know. I think we're both doing well out there. Our team sucks, but we both do fine. Yeah.
Tune in next week for our top 10 kickball players.
I got a bottom 10 kickball players. Everybody on my team.
Jeez.
We're 1-7. We're pretty bad. We're a pretty bad team at kickball.
How much do you guys?
We started off in the casual division. We had to go down to extremely casual.
Wow.
But turns out, our team's probably 75% girls, and most of these teams are 75% guys. And it turns out that can be a disadvantage at times, But we do our best, and we have fun. Yeah.
I have
I
another.
wouldn't want to be on a team without all these girls. It's more fun to have them there. We lose a lot, but we do what we can. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Theo, did you have one last question to
I had
in?
another question. How are the New York fans? I've heard a lot about the New York, New Jersey fans. Are they like all into like the Jets and Mets and all that crap, or are they, just normal sports fans and it's all just overhyped?
They're really bitchy.
Yeah.
I don't like them that much. I mean, they're chill when it comes to the Giants and Jets because their expectations are pretty low. I would say like Mets, Nets, and Mets fans are like the smaller fan base around here, and they've all been pretty chill. But Knicks fans were super annoying. Like they were, and I'm sure you could see that even just on social media. Knicks fans were really annoying NBA season, and I mean, Yankees fans are kind of aren't great, but like the Yankees are just the best baseball team ever. I mean, it's you kind of can't talk that much shit there because yeah, they expect to win every season, but they just but they win 100 games all the time, so it's kind of justified. They got Aaron Judge. Yeah, Knicks fans are super annoying. So I don't think baseball has as much like toxicity around the sport and its dialogue, so that doesn't bother me as much. But Knicks fans were super annoying, and I think if the Giants got good, I think they'd be annoying too. Yeah. And really, it's just that on social media, just the New York population just overpowers everyone. So,
yeah.
I mean, you'll be looking at the opposing team's Instagram page, and there's like Knicks fans in there that are like getting more likes on their hate comments than like the actual post. I don't know. So they just kind of have the numbers, and they use them, but they all lose. I mean, the Yankees are, we'll see how they do. But if they lose, they're going to come away from this whole year empty-handed, and that'll be just fine with me.
I was gonna say, I remember like last Eastern Conference Finals, like there was a Knicks fan that like went on the court during the Pacers game, and I was just like, "What the hell are you doing?" I remember that vividly. That somebody was like during a free throw or something, he would like physically just like walked on the court to like bitch to the ref. I'm like,
oh yeah. I mean, I know I'm a Pacers fan, so I'm a little bit biased with like disliking Knicks fans right now after beating them in the Eastern Conference semifinals, but I feel like all the Pacers fans were like realistic enough that like, oh, if we lose the Knicks here, like who really cares? We're not beating the Celtics anyway. We could have tried, but I feel like Knicks fans were kind of simultaneously like really passionate about the result of that series. But like they had no chance to beat the Celtics either. But they seemed like incredibly wrapped up in that series result, which I just don't think I would have been. I wouldn't. I mean, it was cool to win it, but like if we would have lost, we weren't going past that. So it was fun to win it, but it wouldn't have gotten worried about it.
all right.
Wow. I appreciate the inside scoop on the New Jersey and New York fans.
Yeah.
Glad to hear.
We'll see how the Jets fans are, Blake and I, when we go to this Colts-Jets game.
Were they happy that Salah got canned?
I don't know.
I think they would be.
I haven't talked to anybody about that today, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that happened just
definitely unexpected.
Yeah, I thought so too. Kind of makes sense,
or at least
though.
The timing of it. I mean, end of the year wouldn't have surprised me, but I mean, did not expect it today by any means.
Yeah.
Well, that'll wrap us up on episode 7.
Welcome into the Honeypot Pod with your hosts, Brian, Blake, and Theo.